I never had a plan B. It's such a leap of faith for me.
Okay.
At first, I kind of hate it.
Yeah?
Let's say Mr. Feelgood is a definition of JOMO type of guy. We try write Thai songs a couple times, and it turns out me pretty sucks about that. I got you a bad news and good news. Bad news, nobody cares about you. And good news is nobody cares about you.
Yes.
Most of the people will say something like ego is a bad thing. But I don't think it's a bad thing. We all need an ego.
This is Comedy Featuring. My name is Vic and welcome to the show. I've got at least 2 reasons why you really should not miss this episode. Number 1, at the age of only 26, this guy has already tasted international success and fame as a part of duo HYBS. But then, of course, they split and he kind of took a step back. And when they split, it came as a huge surprise for the fans too. But now he is back once again and ready to share his journey and new music with us. And number 2, well, besides making music and writing songs in English, this guy also speaks great English, even though he never went to international schools or spent any time outside the country or lived abroad. So how does he do it? Let's find out. The man who turns the rain into summertime. And if you want to kill his vibe, just come and try. Let's go and welcome Mr. Feelgood to Kendi. สวัสดีครับการ
สวัสดีครับ สวัสดีครับ
Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, this is just like I saw in the video.
Whoa.
Like, wow. Thanks for having me, Happy Vic.
Thank you for coming. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Okay.
Wow. Like, I'm such a fan of comedy for the longest time.
Really? I'm so glad.
Oh, I'm shaking right now. I couldn't even sleep last night.
Oh, wow. Okay, but I think it's going to be great. You're going to be doing great.
Oh, I hope so.
All right. Okay. I think you just came to us at the couldn't be a perfect time because it started to rain right now. And as you said in your song, you can just turn all the rain into summertime.
Exactly.
And is that because it's the real personality of you, like Gan, who is really Mr. Feelgood, as you said in the song?
Yeah, of course. I'm 100% Mr. Feelgood.
Yeah. And you also said if you want to come and kill my vibe, you can just come and try.
Yes, of course.
So nothing can kill your happy vibe, your positive vibe.
No one can take that away from me. And no one can take that away from you guys either.
Right. Okay.
Right? When you feel young at heart, when you stay healthy, when you stay happy, no one can take that away from you.
Wow. That is good. All right. That's a great way of living your life, I might say.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, of course, people know you, had used to know you as Gan HYBS, but now is Gan WIM, right? So WIM is that the name of new artist name for you, or is the name of the project? What is this name for?
It's my new artist name.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And it's an acronym for?
It stands for Who is me?
Who is me?
Who is me, which is grammatically wrong.
I know. It's just, it should be like, who am I, right?
Yeah, should be.
Okay, but you go with who is me. Any particular reason behind naming that name?
All you guys might expect something like fancy out of this, but
okay.
It's so simple, Pibik.
Right.
I just love the way it plays on the poster. Like
okay.
WIM. Capital letters.
Yeah. It looks great, like graphically.
So symmetric.
Okay.
I love that.
Right. Okay. So WIM, right? Gan WIM. And you just had your new single, Mr. Feelgood, and we'll be talking about that so much in this episode because I really love the song. It kind of makes me happy.
Oh.
Yeah. And I think that's what you aim for your listeners. Like when people hear your song, it makes them happy, right?
Yeah, of course. It would be like so blessed for me if I hear something about my song can like make something out of their like days or added a bit joy to their day, you know, so it reminds me why I'm doing this at the first place.
Okay. So who is me? I've got to say, and I've got to ask, like, so who are you right now? How do you see yourself?
They call me Mr. Feel Good.
Feel good. Okay. Mr. Feel Good.
Oh,
so
sorry.
someone who just makes people happy.
Yeah, I'll
That's
let my
who you are.
intrusive thoughts win.
Okay. All right. So before we talk about you today, let's go back to your like a young Gan. So when he's very little,
Okay.
what did he want to be at that time?
I grew up as a regular kid, like back in days. Could be naughty sometimes. Yes, I mean, skip the class to go jam with the band. Yes.
So you are very musical since you were very little.
Yes.
I see.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Any hopes and dreams of becoming great musicians or famous singer at that age?
Not at all. I mean, way back then, I just started to learn music just to look cool. You know,
Oh, okay.
for girls.
I know. Looking cool or being cool is very important.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Especially when you're like grade 7, grade 8.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Of course you want to look cool. Yeah.
Yes,
For your friends,
yes.
for girls, and
Yes.
for everybody.
And
Okay.
the next thing I knew, I'm already like fell into this huge rabbit hole.
I see.
Yes, already. And I just fall in love with it like in no time. Yes. And no girls anymore. It is a man's world now.
Yeah, just music.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So, what did you think you were pretty good at, particularly? Like you're singing or you're playing instruments? What?
I'm not sure if I'm really good at anything. I just make sure I'm in the right vibe, right
Okay.
mood.
I see. Okay.
Yes. Set the lighting, like, yeah, make sure I'm in the right vibe and just see where it would lead me to. Yes, just keep surprising myself.
Okay.
You know.
But of course, you have to think about at least your B plan in case the music wouldn't work out, or maybe you have something that you can see is your like main job in the future. Do you have any idea what you wanted to do for a living besides like maybe playing music on the side?
Actually, I never had a plan B. Actually,
Really? Okay.
Yes. It's such a leap of faith for me.
Okay. So maybe you wanted to jump into like music, like full throttle into
Yes.
the music path.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Because I never treat music as my job or occupation. I see it as my, what's that word? POE.
What is POE?
Yes. POE is points of existence.
So you exist for music.
Yes, 100%.
Okay. All right. That's a huge dedication. I like that. If you want to be great at something, maybe it takes that kind of dedication.
Yes, if he dies, he dies.
All right. Okay. So, what did you do to make sure that that you could go on this path and you can really exist for music? Did you like take special classes? Did you go to music school?
I've never taken music classes or music school either.
Yeah.
I just learned from like YouTube videos.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Or even like those really like oldies videos, guitar lessons.
I see. Oh, so
Yes.
you learned your guitar
Yeah, I'm
from
self-taught.
YouTube?
Yes.
Okay. And you also a great singer too. So you also self-taught when it comes to like singing?
Let's say, long story short, I get a good chance to be in a singing competition. Yes, and I learned a lot from there. Like there's so many like phenomenal singers there,
Yeah.
which is my good friends.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're not holding back when it comes to like spreading their knowledge. Yes.
And you won the competition. Yeah, you are the winner at KPN, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes,
when
yes.
you first entered the competition, did you see yourself as a winner for this event?
Of course, no.
No.
Of course,
But
no.
you did it anyway.
I just want to try something new.
okay.
You know, like many friends of mine So from like singing competition, and they always talking about something like, you know what? It's so hard. It is so stressful. Like you need to do this. You need to do that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't trust you. Like, let me prove that.
Okay. You want to go through it by yourself, like to experience it on your own.
Yes.
Okay. Just to get a taste of it. Like, how stressful could it be?
Yes.
And did it turn out to be a stressful event or experience for you?
Oh, there's a hell of experience.
Okay. And I bet when they announce your name as the winner, you might have this image of your future self, like being on stage, being a superstar.
No.
And like, no?
I was blank.
Really?
Totally blank.
Uh-huh.
Like, กสิเดชหงส์อดาลม What?
You mean like you couldn't believe that they announced your name for real?
For sure. Who couldn't believe that? Right? I'm just a dude.
You were 17 when you won the title.
16 actually.
16? Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
16.
Super young.
Super young. Yes. I'm
And-
such a dude.
Yeah. And compared to other competitors, I think they must have had like a lot more experience than yourself, right?
Of course.
Yeah. But you still won the thing. And did you think that, okay, now that I won this, I'm a winner, I can go on to be a professional singer? Like right off the bat after you won, did you think that?
You don't need to win a competition to be a professional artist or musician,
Okay.
right? You can just go for it.
So what did you do? Like what was your plan right after you won the competition?
I mean, I had no plans at that moment.
Okay.
It was like, okay, I win, and now what? Because why I'm in a competition in the first place
Yeah.
is only to like get the taste of it. You know, I had like zero plans in my mind, and at that point, I had like so many good opportunities to try something new,
Yeah.
which is and acting included.
Right.
Yes.
Right. You went into
Yes.
acting like for like a whole lot, like so many roles that you played in, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
was that like grabbing opportunities without even thinking too much about it? Like you didn't plan also to be a great actor, but as long as the opportunities presented itself, you just grab them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So did you enjoy acting?
I enjoyed every single forms of art. Yes.
That
yes.
is good. Okay. So what do you still remember about those days? Like your acting career? Like what roles did you still remember from those days?
I mean, not gonna lie. At first, I kind of hate it.
Yeah?
Yes, because it's kind of like paradox. You know, because successful of life of the musicians
Yeah.
is when you're like being yourself, being the closest to yourself.
True.
But when it comes to like actor,
Yeah.
actress, you're gonna be like further to yourself, right?
Right.
So you can be successful. So I'm kind of like confused
Okay.
at that point. But yeah, I find it is such a good fun.
Yeah.
So it is actually another forms of art.
And
So-
also another good experience to have.
Yes.
Okay.
And I mean, at that moment, I don't even know who am I. You know, like who's me?
Yeah.
So I would love to like try so many things like as I can to like see what is really me at that moment.
And did it frustrate you for not knowing who you are at the moment? Or you didn't think about it too much? You didn't have to like find yourself and define yourself right away. Just keep trying out things.
I don't think that kind of logic will kick in while we like in high school
Okay.
or even like university life.
Right.
Early.
Right.
Early.
Oh, because you were still young then. Like right after the competition, you were still young. And when you went into acting, you were still young.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's basically like 16, like 17, 18.
Yeah.
Around that age.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So not thinking too much about like, oh, this is going to be my career. Not that kind of thoughts.
Nope.
No. Okay. Just keep having fun.
Yes.
Okay.
But let's say music is always going to be there. Like it's always my getaway.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. So cut to COVID, like 4 or 5 years ago, right?
Yes.
And that was when HYBS was born. Like
Yup.
a lot of TikTokers, like a lot of YouTube channels that they had like too much time on their hands and they didn't know what to do. So the creativity just find to like show itself. So a lot of people like do the work of art, like artistic work around those time. So was that happen to you and James too? Like that is how hype was born, right?
Let's say me and James are friends for a long time. Yes. And you know it well, during the pandemic, everything just froze. It just stays there. And I guess we just get bored enough to like keep connected like our old friends.
Yeah.
Yes. And yeah, at that time, I just sitting there like playing video games and I starts to feel like I'm pretty useless.
Yeah.
At that point.
Right.
And yeah, I comes up with an idea that I want to do some Instagram reels. Like I saw so many like musicians, influencer from abroad, like doing something like it's like they multiple you in the video.
Okay.
Yes.
I see.
And just like put it on a loop.
Okay.
And I just want to look cool like that. Yes, on social media.
I see.
Yeah, I want to do it as like collab projects. So I ran through my phone and I saw this guy, Alan Wee. So, he's my friend as well. Like, and he sing good. So
Yeah?
why not? So yeah, I hit him up. He
Okay.
said, why not? Okay, I go to his place. And we had so much fun playing video games, making
Right.
some steak.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like hanging out.
Yes, hanging out.
Okay.
Yes.
And you started off as like playing cover the songs from like different artists, right?
Nope.
No.
The first one is original.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's our first reel is Right. Yes, and it turns out like
Love that song, by the way.
thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
And yeah, so many people like that, and there's so many positive comments.
Yeah.
Or maybe even something like, "What's this song? Is this a cover? Like where I can find this tune?"
Oh, okay.
Like and me and James was like, "Yo, we gotta do this, bro. We gotta do this."
Okay. So people like it, obviously. So you guys want to do more. Okay. But I was curious. So how long did it take for you to like since you and James like got together and started hanging out? How long did it take from that point until like Ride was launched on social media or on Instagram Reels?
You mean the process?
Yeah, the process. Like because who wrote that song?
Oh,
You did, right?
we wrote that song together.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
And I just do the rest.
Okay. So it was just like, okay, let's like do original music and let's write a song together. And then that's what you guys did. And then just put it together, record it, and release it. Is that simple?
We're not taking it that serious. Vivek.
Okay. Okay.
we just create a 15 seconds long reels, and it turns out so many people from abroad love that. So we decided to do the whole thing. Yes, and we just set the lighting, like light up the accent candles,
Yeah.
make sure we're in the right vibe.
Yeah.
Yes, and just vibe,
Right.
and it takes 2 days.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. But the results were great. Like people love it. You guys enjoyed so much and kept doing more. And then
Yes,
after
yes.
Ride, what happened?
We're gonna just keep carry on. Since we got like so many positive comments, and we can't wait to be out there
Yeah.
to make friends with like all of them.
Okay.
It's my dream.
I see. But at that point, did you guys think about like, okay, we're gonna become like a real artist and like releasing music from now on and we're gonna make it big? Still no. Okay.
No.
Okay. I think I can see the pattern here. Like not thinking too much about like
Exactly.
being too serious.
Exactly.
About things. Just
Exactly.
having fun. Just
Exactly.
keep vibing.
You can't hit that sweet spot when you're doing too intense.
Okay. I see. Okay. All right. So and right then and there, HYBS was born. And how I think it must be like tricky to trying to explain like the meaning of HYBS to someone who doesn't speak Thai. Like,
Of course.
right?
Of
Because
course.
it's like a play on word. It's like the pun, len kam is like, right? But has anybody like asked you like what HYBS means?
They all ask.
Right. But
all
how do you
ask.
explain it like in English?
I would ask them like, do you have time?
Okay. All right. It's gonna take a long time to explain this.
Or I just decided to tell them that it's a combined word between hype, like hype up,
Oh, okay.
and vibe.
Okay. So that's your easy escape. Like, okay, let's
Yes.
just go with this. It's easier.
Yes,
Okay, but
yes.
it makes sense too, right?
Yeah, it kinda
okay,
makes
hypes
sense.
and vibes. Yeah, okay, I can see that. But actually, no.
Yeah.
Have you been shrimp?
Yes.
And yeah, I was trying to like, okay, if I were gone, how do I explain this? Like, เคยเป็นกุ้งหรือเปล่า
Nearly
เค
impossible.
ย No.
But you got that right.
I got that, but I cannot come up with like ways to explain it in English for people to make sense.
I see.
It's tricky, right? Because it's like very specific to Thai language.
Yeah. It works
เคย and
differently.
เคย Yeah, it's like it's a play on word.
Even some Thai people doesn't even know what khơi is.
I know, right? Yeah. เคย but not everybody knows that, right?
So khơi is basically small gung, right?
Right. เคยมันคือแบบกุ้งเล็กกุ้งที่เขาไปทำกะปิป่ะ
ใช่
Yeah, something like that, right? Like เคยเป็นกุ้งหรือเปล่า
But actually khơi is for me khơi is not baby shrimp.
Okay.
Khơi is krill.
A krill?
Yes, it's a
Okay.
krill.
Oh, okay.
It's a crustacean,
Right.
but it's not shrimp.
Okay.
You know, they have crayfish,
Right.
they have shrimp, they have
and
mantis
krill.
shrimp, they have krill. Yes.
Okay.
They might be similar, but not the same.
Yeah. Oh, you're
Not the same phylum.
You're an expert on shellfish. See that now. Okay, nice. So after HYBS, you had like great reception from a lot of fans, especially like international fans, because you wrote all the songs in English. Is it like something like your first intention to only write songs in English?
Well, I mean, we try write Thai songs a couple times,
Okay.
and it turns out me pretty sucks about that.
Okay.
Yes. So I think the best option for now is to stick with in English lyrics.
Okay. So it felt more natural to you to write songs in English.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. There's so many like, what is it called? Tonal.
The tonal วรรณยุกต์เสียงวรรณยุกต์
Yes.
something
yes,
like that.
in Thai.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's so hard.
Right.
And when you're trying to write in Thai, you want to make it like poetry, right?
Right.
And I'm not a poetry guy at all.
Okay. All right. So writing songs in English works. And
It works.
It did work a lot because people love it and people from different countries love it. Some of the K-pop idols shared it on their social media. And that was a huge deal,
Could
right?
you believe?
Yeah. So it must be something about your music that speaks to people from around the world. And that is great news. Great job, guys.
Don't be
All
so
right.
sweet.
But of course, as they say, all good things come to an end. And your fans, me included, didn't want HYBS to end, but it did come to an end, right?
I mean, me and James still are friends. Like, yeah, we're still cool with each other. We just wanted to try something new, like like exploring new things. And yeah, every party has needs to come to an end.
Right.
Because we all need to get through that disruption point right? Or we'll just like laying there and dies. You know, we all need disruptions.
I see. Yeah.
Yes.
And I think the best thing about it is you guys ended it on such a great term, like on the high note, because you had this farewell concert and it turned out to be a great success and people had like great feeling, enjoyed themselves. So it was not a bad farewell, a bad goodbye at all. And now that you're back and you have your new single and you're still stick to your music and the vibe, that you always a thing for you. You have to have your vibe, and it kind of gives out such a great vibe. Your new single. So let's talk about it, Mr. Feel Good.
They call me Mr. Feel Good. A ton of rain in the summertime.
What was the first idea that you have for this single? Like your new music as WIM now.
Yeah.
Did you have like a vision for it?
I mean, let's say Mr. Feel Good is a definition of JOMO type of guy.
JOMO.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, JOMO type of guy.
Okay. You want to tell the audience what JOMO is?
For those of you guys who don't know this, JOMO stands for joy of missing out.
Yeah. As opposed to FOMO, which we know so well and heard about it so much, like fear of missing out, right? So this is the opposite side of FOMO. JOMO.
Yes.
So, why you thought of this JOMO concept?
I mean, me myself is such a JOMO as well. I mean, this enormous rock spins so fast. You know, everything is going on, like so much going on out there.
Right.
We don't even know where to focus on anymore. So sometimes you might want to be like, just sit down, take a little break, slow it down and see where you're at, set your GPS, and then let the universe do the rest. And sometimes you got to just say like, F it, I'm going to choose to be happy from now on.
Okay.
Yes, but I had the idea that I want to make it a bit like sarcastic. Yes, so I put everything together and I enjoyed it so much making this song. Yes. And that's like pretty much the point of this song.
Yeah, and I really believe listening to your song that this is what you really believe in. Like you don't need to like run so fast with the world and catch up all the things that is trending right now.
Of course.
And stuff like that, right? So
Of
it's
course.
too exhausting.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, of course.
Okay. All right. So just chill.
I mean, I once saw some videos that say something like, today, I got you a bad news and good news. Bad news, nobody cares about you. It could be the fact that shrink down your ego, which can be a good thing.
Yes.
Actually.
Right.
And good news is nobody cares about you.
Yes.
So basically you can do whatever you want, be whoever you want it to be.
Right.
Just no need to care.
Yeah.
Right?
I really love it. Like good news, bad news, same news.
Yes.
And
Same
it
news.
depends on how you like look at life, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It depends on the color of your glass.
That is a great way to put it. Yeah.
We lived in such a strange era,
Right.
that people can be easily connected to each other.
Which could be a good thing.
Yes, yet we're so unconnected to like ourselves.
Yeah. So I bet you feel a lot more connected with yourself while doing this album too, this single.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay. Right. Mr. Feel Good. So just go stream now. And you can find it on YouTube. You can find it on Spotify, like all the platforms,
Yes,
right?
all the streaming platform.
Yeah. All right. So let's play a little game because I enjoy the concept of Mr. Feel Good. And so I want to know what makes Mr. Feel Good feel good. That's the name of the game. All right. Okay. So let's say weather or temperature. What kind of weather makes you feel good?
I kind of like when it's raining.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
The smell of the rain.
Ah,
Like,
I see.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
All right. But not when you're in traffic, I believe.
Of course.
No. Okay.
No,
But yeah,
not at
okay,
all.
you like rain. Good. Okay. What song makes you feel good? Do you have favorite songs?
Oh, there's tons of them. But
What genre or what kind? You can go with that.
I can be too variety when it comes to to the music.
Oh, okay.
You know,
So you don't have like one like favorite, but you have many favorites.
but I would say one of my go-to is like "Don't Stop Me Now" from Queen.
Ooh, I love that song too.
Oh, glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Don't stop me now.
Super energetic. Yeah.
Yes.
Can get you going. It's like that. Okay. What drink can make you feel good? What kind of drink?
I love beer.
You love beer? What
I love
kind?
beer.
Like, do you have like any specific favorite?
Actually, all kinds of them.
Okay.
Yes, but my go-to would be IPA.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Now I know what to serve you when we get together and hang out.
Please.
Okay. All right. So, food. What kind of food put you in a good mood?
Sushi.
Sushi. All right.
Of course, sushi
Okay.
and Isan food.
Okay. That's
Yes. Soju. I love soju.
ก็ได้เหรอ Oh, okay. So you enjoy like different kinds of food.
Yes.
Good. Okay. But I think it's a good thing because like you have like many food that can make you feel good. So any food, like more than just one food, can put you in the right mood. I think that's great news, right?
It should be like that.
Yeah.
Right?
As
Like-
long as you enjoy eating, like enjoy food, like good food. I'm in a good mood already. All right. Okay. Let's talk about like guilty pleasure. The thing that you know you shouldn't be doing so much or you kind of embarrassed to tell your friends about, but you can't help enjoying it so much. So what guilty pleasure makes you feel good?
I mean, I love to like just sit there in my studio.
Yeah.
Like turn on the lighting. Yes.
What is with you and the lightings? I keep hearing this concept like
It matters.
yeah, lighting is so
matters.
important to you, right?
It matters.
Okay.
It matters, right?
All right.
Like when the lighting is like right and the smell is right. Like I love this word.
Right.
If the vibe is right, everything is right.
Okay.
Yes.
So lighting.
Yes, and I
is
love
very
to
important.
and I love to just like sit there, turn on the lighting, light up the essence candles, like put on a rendered video of the luxury hotel.
What?
Yes, with some light jazz music.
Oh,
Open the candle beer, just sit there, feeling myself.
Wow.
Pretended to be a millionaire. Manifest.
Oh, nice. Manifest, right? It's gonna happen. That means it's gonna happen. Keep manifesting. All right. What movie makes you feel good?
I haven't watched a movie for such a long time.
Yeah.
Can it be like TV series?
Sure.
Of course. Peaky Blinders.
What?
Peaky Blinders.
You like that?
I like Peaky Blinders.
Okay.
I like Peaky Blinders.
Okay.
Their style,
Uh-huh.
so classy. Their accents.
Wow.
Like, Tomei. Tomei.
Okay.
It's Tuesday, innit?
Ooh,
Fuck you, mate.
good job with the accents. Okay. Oh, this is how he like learns how to speak English with the accent that he enjoys.
It helps.
It helps. It helps. Okay, so this is a good trick, guys. Write it down, and next time you watch movies, let's listen for the accent that you enjoy, and then try to mimic. Right?
Yeah, try mocking them.
Try mugging them. Yeah, have fun with the movie. Okay, so thank you so much for coming. But last but not least, I have to ask you about our like question that I have to ask all of my guests. Okay, our show, of course, it's called comedy. I want to know what is your comedy? Comedy สำหรับการคือคำว่าอะไรครับ In Thai, in English, if you can give us
Comedy.
both, that would be great.
เป็นคำไทยได้ไหมพี่
ได้ครับ
อัตตา
อัตตา
Yeah.
So-
อัตตา
self, ego.
Yes.
Right?
Self-ego.
Okay, why do you like that word?
I mean, most of the people will say something like ego is a bad thing. but I don't think it's a bad thing. Actually, I think we all need an ego, but you have to use it in the right way. Like, let's say for example, ego is like electricity. You know, if you like touch it directly, it can kill you right away.
Yeah.
But if you don't have an electricity, you can't light up a bulb, right?
Yeah.
So you need an ego, but you need to put it in the right place in the right time.
Right.
Yes.
Right output.
Yes.
Yeah. Like obviously you put your ego into your music and that works out well. Yeah. Okay. All right. So thank you so much. It was a great fun talking with you and I am so happy for your new music and I can't wait to hear the next one.
Thanks for having me today.
All right. Okay.
I did it. Dad, Mom, I'm here. I'm here.
Thank you.
Thank you พี่บิ๊กขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณครับ